Police now investigating 4 overnight burglaries on Ridge Road. And as we hear from Jackie and Appear tonight, police believe at least 2 of those burglaries may have been committed by the same suspect.
Good evening, Don. Police say 2 burglaries on East Ridge Road in Irondequoit happened just 15 minutes before. 2 West Ridge Road shops were hit in the city of Rochester. Dory Polano has proudly served the Irondequoit community for 27 years at her hair salon, Cuts Plus. Her salon is right next door to Cricket Wireless, one of 4 Ridge Road stores burglarized overnight.
This is the second smash and grab in this plaza. I was sitting outside and all of a sudden I heard Cricket on East Ridge Road, and it's getting too close to home.
Surveillance video shows the same suspect smashing a front window across the street at Subway just minutes before the break-in at Cricket, according to police. While nothing was stolen at Subway, Irondequoit police say an empty cash register was taken from Cricket. 15 minutes later, at approximately 2:30 Monday morning, police say Skips on the Ridge and Donuts Delite on West Ridge Road were both targeted by burglars. The owner of Donuts Delite says 2 cash registers were taken. Alan Depasquale, owner of Skips, called the burglary annoying and disappointing. He estimated around $150 worth of products were stolen and anticipates spending between $500 to $1,000 to repair the front doors. As employees at all 4 stores worked to clean up shattered glass, Dory Polano found herself contemplating the future of nearby businesses.
It makes it very tough for anybody in this plaza. It scares people away. It is very hard because it does scare off the customers, and it makes you wonder, and it makes you someplace else to go.
Polano says she loves owning a business, but acknowledges there may be a need for some changes down the road.
I would love to see increased police patrol, but we've been fortunate because we have had a lot more in this plaza, just not overnight. This slap their hands and let them go thing is not working.
We reached out to police in both Rochester and Irondequoit to see if there's a suspected connection between all 4 burglaries. We have not yet heard back.
And we begin with breaking news tonight. A double shooting near Rochester's Transit Center, prompting a police chase this afternoon. Good evening, I'm Don Alhart. In the last 90 minutes, city leaders taking action, announcing the corner store where that shooting happened is now closed until further notice. Chase Howell joining us now with more on why that decision was made. Chase.
Yeah, Don, the corner store is the same location where a 14-year-old was shot yesterday. Police believe the location is a significant contributing factor to the problems happening in the neighborhood. And tonight, there will be expanded patrols in that corridor. Personal belongings left scattered on the sidewalk of St. Paul Street in Rochester after a shooting Monday afternoon. Rochester police say 2 uninvolved men were shot by an unknown number of suspects outside a corner store next door to the RTS Transit Center.
It's alarming, and it should be. If you're not alarmed by it, then something's probably wrong with you. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday, and we have 2 people shot right downtown the city of Rochester, so that's a problem.
Police say while officers on scene were helping the victims, additional investigators pursued a vehicle possibly involved in the shooting. The pursuit ending on Clarkson and Ravine at a dead end when a person in the vehicle got out and began running. State police, along with Rochester police and its K-9 unit, scouring beyond the fence, looking for more people. Investigators confirming 1 person was taken into custody. One of the victims, a 44-year-old man, was shot in the upper body and has life-threatening injuries. The other, a 32-year-old man, is expected to recover. Meantime, no arrests have been announced. Anyone with information on this afternoon's double shooting is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 423-9300.
Rochester police stepping up their presence on St. Paul Street today after a drive-by shooting injured 2 people. 13 WHAM Stephanie Joseph spoke with people nearby who say they are fed up with the violence. Stephanie, good evening.
Good evening, Matt. People tell me they feel like no place is off limits to the violence. Today, the police and the city enacting changes on St. Paul Street to address the recent violence. Police out along St. Paul Street today after a drive-by shooting happened in front of a corner store at nearly 1 p.m. this afternoon. 2 men were injured.
It's alarming, and it should be. If you're not alarmed by it, then something's probably wrong with you. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Monday, and we have 2 people shot.
RPD says it will now expand the presence of officers in the St. Paul Street corridor. The city, which considers the corner store to be a, quote, significant contributing factor to the neighborhood's issues, has shut down the store as part of its gun violence state of emergency. All of this one day after a 14-year-old boy was also shot on St. Paul Street. He is expected to be okay.
Come downtown and play my numbers, and usually I hang out for a minute or catch the bus, but it's too dangerous, too scary to even come down here.
I'm not scared of anything around here, but it's just sad to see, people taking each other's lives in these streets.
Meantime, residents hope the violence stops.
No life is worth taking, no matter what the cost, because life is just priceless.
One of the men shot today suffered life-threatening injuries. The other is expected to survive. At least one person is in custody in connection to today's shooting on St. Paul Street. Anyone with information is asked to call 911 or the Crime Stoppers hotline at 423-9300.